Tokugawa Ienari was a shogun who fathered an unprecedented 53 children in history. This extraordinary prolificacy led to severe succession problems and political turmoil within the Edo Shogunate. Throughout his life, he had 26 sons and 27 daughters, a total of 53. However, only about half survived to adulthood. This was an unusually low survival rate, even considering the medical standards of the time. But, in fact, behind this lies an even more astonishing truth, one that cannot be dismissed as a mere story of procreation. What exactly was this hidden struggle concerning the survival of the shogun's family and the power of the shogunate? In this video, we will unravel why Ienari had so many children, what truly transpired behind the concubine system, and the profound impact his extraordinary prolificacy had on the shogunate. Now, let us delve into that truth. In the main segment, we also provide a detailed explanation of Ienari's secrets to longevity and health. Tokugawa Ienari hailed from the Hitotsubashi family, one of the Gosankyo, the three-branch families established as reserves when the direct line of the shogun's family faced extinction. His ascension to shogun was decided amid the tumultuous political climate following the sudden death of his predecessor, Yaharu, and the downfall of Tenuma Okitsugu. The young Ienari, a mere 15 years old, would ascend to the shogun's seat. Becoming shogun from a Gosankyo family was a desperate measure to preserve the shogunate's authority. However, the fact that he was not of the direct lineage instilled a strong sense of crisis within him. Anxiety over the legitimacy of his bloodline dominated his life as shogun. To solidify his position, it was crucial to ensure the continuation of the shogun's family lineage. His ascension from a Gosankyo family was a desperate move to prevent the extinction of the bloodline. So, why was he chosen, and how was his prolificacy achieved? Initially, Ienari was in a puppet-like position under Matsudaira Sadanobu's strict Kansei reforms. However, he secretly aimed to seize true power. Ienari believed that producing many children and expanding the family bloodline was the most direct way to enhance his authority as shogun. This strategy was supported by the Ōoku's concubine system. Bearing a shogun's child held significant meaning not only for the concubine herself but also for her birth family. This was not merely a matter of procreation. It was Ienari's shrewd calculation to ensure the stability of the shogun's family and establish his own political standing. The Ōoku of the Edo Shogunate was a unique world, serving as the shogun's private quarters while being intimately tied to politics. The role of concubines, in particular, was extremely vital. During Ienari's era, under the pretext of preventing the extinction of the shogun's lineage, the number of concubines in the Ōoku surged to an unprecedented degree. It is said there were more than 50. Each concubine had a birth family that vouched for her identity. If a child was born, that family would gain ties to the shogun's household, increasing their political influence. Ienari skillfully exploited the birth families of these concubines. By increasing the shogun's lineage, he forged marital ties with various daimyo and hatamoto families. This solidified the shogunate's control and strengthened Ienari's own power base. Prolific childbearing was a crucial means of bolstering the shogun's authority. When a woman bore a shogun's child, her family not only gained honor but also increased political influence. So, what changes did this bring to the Ōoku and the shogunate? As the concubines' birth families sought to approach the shogun through the Ōoku, factional disputes within the Ōoku intensified. There were constant behind-the-scenes maneuvers over who would become the mother of the next shogun candidate. Ienari himself skillfully exploited this competition among concubines to strengthen his own power base. Truly, the Ōoku was a microcosm of politics. Many concubines and the numerous children born from them were expected to contribute to the stability and power enhancement of the shogun's family. However, another problem was developing beneath the surface. While prolific childbearing extended the shogun's lineage, it simultaneously produced too many succession candidates, sparking new power struggles. The shogun's children were adopted into the Gosankyo, and powerful daimyo families. This was a strategy to spread the shogun's bloodline nationwide and strengthen the shogunate's control. Various daimyo families, by adopting a child of the shogun's lineage, were seen to strengthen their ties with the shogunate while simultaneously elevating their family status. However, with many of the shogun's children scattered across the country, the shogun's family's influence also heavily extended into local domain administration. This led to the erosion of the independence of various domains. Furthermore, the succession problem for the shogun's position became bogged down in the selection of an heir after Ienari's eldest son, Yayoshi. It was chaos born from having too many candidates. While adoptions strengthened the shogunate's power, they also led to political maneuvering among daimyo over Ienari's children. So, what distortions did this bring to the shogunate? The concubines who bore Ienari's children, and their birth families, wielded immense power within the Ōoku. They intervened in politics in various ways to protect their own interests. Bribery and corruption became rampant, and the discipline of the Ōoku descended into chaos. This led not only to the private space of the shogun, the Ōoku, but also to political corruption throughout the entire shogunate. At Edo Castle, the very heart of politics, the shogun's prolific childbearing brought not stability, but a severe distortion: the spread of factionalism and corruption. While this era saw the flourishing of a magnificent culture known as Kase culture, it was also a dark period where the shogunate's politics were being eroded from within. Raising many children required enormous expenses. These costs burdened the shogunate's finances, leading to severe financial difficulties. The maintenance costs of the Ōoku also swelled to an all-time high. Coupled with the shogun's luxurious lifestyle, the shogunate's treasury was on the verge of depletion. The financial crisis shook the foundation of the shogunate, and attempts at reform proved ineffective. This vicious cycle profoundly impacted the lives of the common people. Ienari's reign spanned 50 years, during which politics became corrupt, and the shogunate's authority plummeted. This was a reality starkly contrasting the splendor of the Kase culture. Against the backdrop of the shogunate's financial difficulties, Ienari's reign saw rampant bribery, and despite the prosperity of Kase culture, its politics reached the pinnacle of corruption. So, how should this era be evaluated? Ienari, as Ogasho, retired shogun, effectively controlled the shogunate for a long period. His children often took advantage of his authority, behaving as they pleased. This political chaos and lax discipline significantly undermined the shogunate's authority. The worsening financial situation, in particular, contributed to its decreased ability to respond to the demands for opening the country in the Bakumatsu period. Ienari's prolific childbearing seemingly strengthened the shogun's family temporarily, but it can also be said to have led to the long-term weakening of the shogunate. Its merits and demerits are still debated by historians today. Tokugawa Ienari's extraordinary prolificacy was not merely a matter of personal desire, but a political strategy aimed at maintaining the shogun's lineage and strengthening his own power base. Concubines were not mere women. They wielded political influence through their birth families and factions, making the Ōoku a stage for a power struggle over the shogun's family's very survival. However, ultimately, prolific childbearing led to financial collapse due to enormous maintenance costs, and through succession disputes and rampant bribery, it significantly diminished the shogunate's governing capacity. Tokugawa Ienari's extraordinary prolificacy might have been not merely the desire of an individual shogun, but a grand experiment on which the survival of the shogunate depended. What lessons can we learn from the complex darkness of this history?